journey?
Actually, now we have discovered the baselines and which is relating to the areas and which is not relating to the areas, somewhat that. And out of that, we recognize that I want to work on my career and finances. So all my baselines are matching with it. We discovered that Thursday only. And just I want to share one breakthrough. First, it was like when we are at home and some situation comes which is not supporting for what we have to do. But first earlier I was like I used to get panic and go in that negative zone. Oh, why this happening to me? I want to attend my session and all that. But recently I had an experience that I was having guests at my place just a minute before my session. But at that time I didn't panic and I was just calm and I was attending the meeting and also I was doing my duties. What was that? This was my breakthrough. Like I am on my track now.
That's
Situation
wonderful. That's
cannot
wonderful.
situation cannot change and I cannot change my decision due to situation like that.
Let's clap for Tejasvi for going through this journey and experiencing these things. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing your journey.
Thank you.
So as you move forward, there would be so many things which would be coming up, and it is all about experiencing and just implementing the system throughout, and you'll get much more than what you are going through right now. Thank you for sharing that, Tejasvi. Who else want to share what has been their experiences going through the journey? Just raise your hands. Nobody? Anita, what's been your experience last week while going through the journey? Yeah. How were you before and how were you
Yeah,
being through after experiencing through the last week's journey?
yeah. Like I keep lifting my states up. Like whenever I find like dissatisfied, so then I check myself. Have I not read my states? Where like this week I haven't been reading my. I can say this 2 weeks. I can see what breakdown I'm going through. Then again, when I read the states, I'm back to my momentum.
Wow.
So and it has become an inbuilt. Now it has become inbuilt. Previously, I had to take a lot of effort to read those states and bring into my subconscious mind. But now it is in my. I'm aware where I'm going wrong, where am I in codes, and where I need to lift myself up. How am I interacting with people? What am I? What results I get? Then I realize, was I in a good state when I was interacting with the other person?
That's so wonderful. So I'll share one of my experiences with Anita. When Anita was, I asked her to go through the states. She used to ask me, "Is there any way shortcut to do the states?" Then I tried to say her what is the power of it, but she asked me multiple times. Then only I said, "See, this would be a hurdle for some time, but once you go through it, you will be so good at it, कि it becomes part of you. And even if I try to remove it, you'll not be able to escape out of that." And now she's herself came up with an experience that what kind of power she is going through that stage. Thank you so much, Anita, for sharing your journey. That's a big journey which you have broken, and it takes a lot of work to experience that. Thank you so much. So who else wants to share their journey? Pradnya, are you there on the camera? Pradnya and Tejasri, you are off the camera. See, this is an experiential journey. We want you to be on the camera, ask the question, share your journeys, and participate so that we get the most out of it. This is not a masterclass so that we do something and you are listening to it. I hope you understand it. How about Poshia? How has your journey been through the system?
Okay. I lost my husband 4 years ago, and so because of I was
So
young
sorry
at the
for that.
time, and it brought a lot of shame. Like I felt ashamed as if I did something wrong, or what did I do to deserve what I was going through. And for the longest time, I did not talk about um,
Can't hear you.
Portia,
How
your network
I
bandwidth is low. Can you check your
felt
network?
I did not want
Portia, we can't hear you. Your
people
bandwidth is low. It's showing me low.
to know what I was going through or
Portia,
that
your
I
bandwidth is very low.
am
Can you check your
in
network,
this
please?
journey.
I think she can't hear us. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, completely, it's like.
Okay, no problem. We will get back to her. Okay, so who would like to go next? Portia, sorry, just I want you. We couldn't able to hear you because your network completely low, very low. So we couldn't hear. So can you check your bandwidth and just say or repeat what you said because we couldn't able to hear your complete sentence. So can you just check your net and can you just repeat what you trying to say to us because we couldn't able to hear anything what you try to say.
Yeah, just a suggestion. Portia could
So-
do away with the picture, could stop the video for a few minutes while she's speaking. Then at least we can hear her.
Yeah, you can do that, Portia. You can switch
Okay,
off your
let me
video and
just-
talk because as your bandwidth is very low, we are not able to hear you.
All right. So are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I was saying I was widowed 4 years ago, and it really brought a lot of shame to me. I could not talk about it with people that did not know me. I just didn't want people to know that I just lost my husband because I felt like I was too young to go through that, especially when my parents are still alive and all that. So when I was going through the system, I was able to really come out of that shame. I was able, like for the longest time, I did not want my camera on. I just did not want to be seen, but I came to a place where I could switch it on and I feel comfortable doing that. And as well, I really buried a lot of myself. That's what I told myself, that I buried a lot of the passion that I had for relationship, the passion that I had for helping people when I was burying my husband. So when I was going through that thing, that passion came back again, that life that I know, that joy of knowing that I can make a difference in somebody else's life and that I can do it from a place of victory because I myself have seen how the system worked for me and I can give back. So that really, that's the system, that's how it impacted my life from last year until now. So yeah.
Portia, you can come onto the camera.
That was really amazing sharing. Wow.
You have such an amazing, powerful story. Let's give a big round of applause for Portia at the count of 1, 2, 3.
And we want to do a rock activity. She rocked really. So we want to say that Portia, you rocked. At count of
Everybody at the count of 1, 2, 3 will say, Portia, you rock.
unmute everyone, guys. Just
Unmute
tell her.
yourself. Everyone unmute yourself. Unmute. 1, 2, 3. You have such a powerful story. Now that you are going through this journey, I mean, this is so powerful that it impacts so many people's lives. And in South Africa, mostly, I mean, I was just reading, to be honest, I don't know whether I can share this or not. I was just reading, whenever I listen to South Africans, most of the ladies say that I'm widowed or I'm a single mother. So I couldn't ask people openly about this, but I read about it. I wanted to know why. Then I could see, because of the history, because of the culture, because of the different reasons, the ingrained reasons, many of the women, almost 60 to 70% of the women are single parents. And they have so much powerful stories, but they don't have the platform. They don't have people to hold on. And the person like you on this journey can impact thousands and millions of lives. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, and more power to you. We are all with you, and this is going to be a wonderful and amazing journey going forward. Thank you for getting this possibility onto this platform. Thank you so much. Wow, what a powerful story. Who else would like to share their story? See, a story doesn't need to be as big or small. Any small thing can be a story. A story can impact lives. It is your story. It is my story. I just learned one thing after coming onto this platform. Being vulnerable is powerful. I was never this vulnerable before. I was on my own shell, feeling that if I being vulnerable, what people will take advantage of me. But now I realized after going through this journey, being vulnerable is the most powerful thing. And this maybe feeling like small thing, but it is a very big thing for me in my life. So powerful. Thank you so much. So now you have something to say? You were raising your hand. Yes,
So,
Sonali.
hi, hello everyone. How
Hello.
are you all, guys? Nice to see you. Lovely to see you. I was just listening to Portia's story. I just want to. I can really feel her pain, and in fact, I know that everyone on this call can feel the pain, and also not only pain, how she overcame it, and how she chose to rise, how she chose to be vulnerable, and how she accepted the truth, the fact which we cannot change. But she already choose. She actually choose that what is in our control, and she is working on it. And that's for that reason. For that reason, I really want to appreciate her lot. Like I have no words to mention that. And yes, just one message if I want to give to Portia, that whenever again you feel low, because this is the pain we cannot live forever. Every time it may come back and back. Whenever you feel low and feel again lonely and whatever, so you can just think yourself that you are not only a woman, but you are a role model for millions of women, as Vinay already mentioned it, expressed it. So as a role model, you uh, you are capable to do millions of brilliant things in your life. It's okay to cry sometime. It's okay to be sad sometime, but it is not okay to be there on the space. We just have to move on. That is the
Powerful.
message. Yes.
That's so powerful.
So happy. Yes.
Great sharing, Sonali. Thank you so much.
That's
That
so
was
powerful.
great.
It is
Powerful.
one thing I really like from Sonali's point is it is okay to be vulnerable. It is okay to be low, but it is not okay to be where you are. You have to keep moving forward. It is always the going forward. That's so powerful learning. Thank you so much, Sonali, for sharing your journey, sharing your
Thank you.
journey
Thanks for
and
the
with your
chance.
share, Portia. So anybody else who want to share their journeys? Anybody else?
I would like to hear from Zubain. Zubain is from since long in the system. Zubain, would you like to share about your journey?
Yeah, so today I feel very vulnerable that I have completed my course. A lot of people started off with me, and they've been able to complete the course. And in fact, quite a few of them are doing very well. They have taken up a few clients, but for one, my certification got delayed because I couldn't give much time to it. But finally, I got my certification sometime in the last week of December. But from then, I've not been able to actually get into the practice. So I'm not feeling so nice about it. That yes, I have acquired a skill and I do want to help people out, but I'm not really getting into it. So yeah. So I want today was a new start. I saw the message in the morning that we'd be having a mastermind in the evening. So I decided that after after a long time, I'll get into the group and to get into the groove. So today here I am with all of you. And it's nice seeing everyone. Sachin, of course, we have been in a group together when we started the journey. So Sachin, I know from then. But remaining other people, I've connected only today. And Portia, congratulations to you for having the courage and for picking yourself up the way you did. And for sharing it candidly with all of us. Yes, it's important. It's all right. It's yeah, sure, definitely. It's stories like this. Yeah, it's stories like this which actually give you hope, which give you strength, and it feels nice when someone shares it with you. Portia, just the way you have picked yourself up, it'll take. You just need to keep on working at yourself and with yourself, and the mastermind group is there with you. We hopefully continue to meet every week, and if ever you feel weak, or if ever you feel vulnerable, or if ever you feel the need to share and come out with the group, you're most welcome. That's all we can say.
It's wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Zubair. Yeah, Rochelle was raising the hand. Rochelle and Nita. Let's go with Rochelle first. Rochelle, you have something to share?
I do. One of the things I mentioned earlier, first of all, based on this wonderful experience, I've gotten to know Portia, and I can honestly say she really is a role model. She is a stand for so many people of what does courage and care and love look like on the court. She's an extraordinary lady. And one of the things that I love about this entire experience for me is the global reach, is recognizing how different people are from different parts of the world, and also how similar people are from different parts of the world. And I've just thought that that has been such a cherished experience. I've gotten to know, many people from God knows how, because my world is very United States, and it's very, very, Western, whatever. And I love the idea of having this global perspective. And that's what I found was just amazing for me.
Thank you so much, Rochelle, for sharing your part. And this mastermind, I after coming to this session, or after coming into the system, I have realized certain things. But I was feeling much more powerful when you are being part of the community, because whatever you learn, you may learn from anywhere around the world. You may have a lot of sharings, you may have a lot of experiences, but as a person, even though whether you are a coach, whether you are a human, anybody for that matter, even the God, I know that if you have, when we read the stories, we see even the God will go through ups and downs. But the only reason why they'll be stable, they'll be godly, is the community they hang around with. And if they feel low, they have the mastermind around them, for the people around them who will pull them up, hold them, take them through, and make them feel that we are a community strongly linked, binded, and take you forward. Yeah, Rochelle, you have something to share.
Yeah, I love what you said. I think people come for the knowledge, but stay for the community.
Yes.
And that's so different, because if we only wanted knowledge, we could read a book. So you can come for the knowledge, but you stay for the community. And the community is welcoming. The community is expansive. The community has so many brilliant people in it. So I just found that was just, and I agree with that, because we do come from different backgrounds, but yet the community, the cohesiveness of the community is what makes it so special.
Completely.
So this mastermind gives you friends for life and accountable partners. And most importantly, I have realized one more thing on my journey is when you multiple times will fall back because of so many reasons, procrastination, all those reasons, whatever, the drive sometimes wouldn't be there for you all the time. But the most important thing which will pull you or push you forward is the accountability partners and the community. Community is very important, and the people around you makes all the difference. Thank you so much for sharing, giving that opportunity. So now that we have shared the journey, let's talk about the challenges you have while going through this system or the journey.
Also, for example, we can ask about the challenges also, as well as the breakthroughs, what they have learned from the system, who has completed and what going through the system, like Zubains, like Rochelle, everyone has most of the experience, like very much experienced people. So what there were challenges when they were going through the system, and what their breakthroughs are there. It's like what they have achieved or what they got clarity in this system. So we would like to hear from all of you that what you got from this system. So we can able to have, okay, we can hear your experiences, and we can also learn from you. So we would love to share your learn your experiences. Yeah, would like to. Rochelle, yeah, Rochelle, you can go first.
Unmute yourself, Rochelle.
Couple things. One thing which I think is incredibly powerful is the whole concept of encodes and ecodes. So when things aren't going the way I might choose for them to be, I always look at what's the encode that's standing in my way right now, and how can I pivot it and turn it into an e-code so that I can take the next step. So I think that is one of the most that's such a foundational thing to focus on, and it's for me it's the foundation of almost anything. If I have a negative belief that's standing in my way, and if I can pivot it and turn it into something different where I can take the next step, that's a huge difference. That's number one. And number two, which I love, is they have the decision-making process. So there's been a couple of times where I'm saying, should I do something? Should I not do something? Should I do, in the past, I would have been in almost like a maze, like Monday I'm doing it, Tuesday I'm not, Tuesday afternoon I am, Wednesday maybe, Thursday. And I would put myself into like a mental spin. And then from the mental spin, I can get like stomach issues, like, oh my God, like what's going on? I mean, you can make yourself crazy. So what I think is very important, there was a couple of times that there was a decision that I didn't know if I should do it, not do it. And I went through the decision-making formula. And it was very interesting. When I went through the decision-making formula, it was very clear that I should not do it. And on my own, sometimes we get very like seduced. I want to do this. It sounds great, da, 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 da. And then, well, maybe not. It's interesting to have a formula that can easily say yes or no. And the worst part, in my opinion, the worst place to ever be is maybe. Maybe gives you the most aggravation. So a definite no is very powerful, and a definite yes is very powerful. If you want to delete and deplete your energy, sit in a maybe. Maybe is a disaster. So when there was something that was very interesting for me, should I, shouldn't I? The decision-making process, boy, was that helpful. So I mean, that alone is has its price in gold.
That's wonderful, Sharon.
Wow. Awesome. Let's clap for Rochelle. That's amazing sharing.
Thank you so much for sharing, Rochelle. It is really needed, because once we go through this journey, I feel most of them go through the journey, but they don't revise it again. They think they have known everything, but they fall back. And this system, the more and more you go through it, the more and more powerful it becomes, and more transformation you'll have. And you shared.
It's not one and done.
Yeah.
It's not one and done. This is continuation. There's always room for a deeper understanding, the next level of understanding. This is absolute. Life is not one and done.
Yeah,
This is a life journey. It's a tool to navigate your life, how to steer your life, how you can be in the driver's seat and take control instead of going off on a tangent that's not empowering. So this is not one and done. This is one and forever. And when there is something that's challenging that comes up, I'm doing this because life is challenging. So what in the entire system can I go back to that could be helpful? So maybe it would be rereading one of those letters that somebody could have written to me. Maybe it's redoing, well, for me, it was the encodes and ecodes, but it could be other parts of the process that there's so many places in the process that you can go back to that can pivot you and create and put you back on track for whatever you want to be back on track for. So it's not one and done. And the helpful thing is, if we are struggling in an area, the idea, the most powerful thing that we can do, and I need to remind myself, is where in that entire process can I revert back to and go back to a worksheet and go back to an assignment that can reconnect me to my power. It's the name of the program, The Incredible You. So where do I have to revert back to connect to the incredible me, instead of like thinking that, I'm not good enough. This is, I'm weak. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm confused. Pivot from that to where can I once again be focused and strong and move forward? So we have a whole list of tools to go back to.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Sharon.
It's a valuable.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rochelle.
So who else want to go next?
I think Nita would like to share something, right?
Yeah. She was raising the hand. Yeah, Nita. Unmute yourself.
You are on mute. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, she's unmuted. Before that, I want all of you to come onto the camera. Tejashree, Anita, Pradnya, and Kunal. We want to see you. We want to talk to you. We want to interact with you so that it's a lively session. Yeah, Anita.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hello.
Last week, this week, I'm very in a better position.
Okay.
Uh,
What has made you so?
I went back to process.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
So
I
you
was retracing all the steps that I have done with Sachin. So I just read through and I made a very crude incred process. I'm still in the process of making a new one, special one for me now. So
okay, excellent. So, for example, what was the breakdown and how you overcome that breakdown? So, I would like to hear that.
breakdown, actually, I now need a new laptop and a new mobile also. So that was a new development from last week. So I had to make a new Incred process for that. So I'm still in the process of making it.
Okay, that's excellent. So you really made the incredible process. But I just want to learn from that what you discover from this IY journey. Means like you have completed already, you got certified IY. So what you have discovered for yourself means what are your breakthrough and what were your challenges before when you started the journey and after the journey?
Awareness. The awareness of things has brought about all the changes in me. Previously, I used to do things without the awareness, without knowing whether the decision I'm taking, what basis I'm taking the decision. After doing this IY, I realized, okay, these are the points which I was thinking, and on the basis of that, I was making the decision. So if I didn't, if a decision went wrong in the past, it was because one of the baselines didn't match, or I was having a very strong encode about it. So that awareness has changed a lot. Now whenever I have to take a decision, I first think what my baselines, I know I have a very strong about that. Now I think, why, if any encode is coming up, when I'm making now the Incred process, the main thing that is coming up, a lot of new encodes. So that realization of okay, now I have that encodes. Previously I didn't know, okay, these negative thoughts block so much of decision making process. So now that awareness of encodes has made me, it's easy for me now. Okay, I know this is the encode coming up, how to remove it and then go forward.
Okay, excellent. Wow, that's powerful. So now awareness of using the tools, the baseline,
Yes.
encode, that's also
Yes.
makes it more powerful. That now you are completely control that what is happening, why you're getting
Right.
sad or are you not getting results. So that is a very powerful of awareness and what you can do about your life when it's not going in the right way we want it, right? That's excellent sharing, Nita, by the way.
Thank you for
Amazing.
sharing that, Nita.
Yeah.
Who else want to go next?
I think we're going to like talk Tejashree. Like she has already completed 2 weeks, right? Tejashree, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
So how was your journey? Means when you started and what you discovered till in 2 weeks? What is your learning?
It's not about just 2 weeks. Actually, we have started in 2020. It's almost
Okay.
2 years back. But there was some negative points, and I was in such situation like I need to first complete my responsibility, and then I need to think. I was having that guilt. Should I think of myself or not? And finally now I am on the stage that okay, I have to complete my responsibility as well as I want to focus on my career as it is important for me. So now anything comes, I am on my track only. Those situations are negative, sometimes I cry a lot. I can talk to my coach and again I am on my track. Whatever negative thing come, I have learned a beautiful thing in this journey. I first I used to think on that whole day and the whole week and the months of going on and on. But now if something hits me, if something negatively hits me, I write it down and let it go. That's the wonderful thing I have got from this. And that have given me some calmness. Like I want to do this and why it is important for this, I know that now.
That's so powerful.
Excellent, excellent.
Let's give a big round of applause for the leadership. So most of the times what I realized on this journey is we fall back. We think that because of something, we don't do the most important things. I was talking to one of my friend yesterday and he was going through a lot of things. And he was when I spoke to him, he was sharing all about the past. When he was sharing that, I was just realizing myself, I was the same some time back. Now that I've gone through this journey, my focus is on the future. Okay, whatsoever happened, so happened. Past is past. What next? If you would have spoken to me some time back, maybe 2 years back, then I would have been the same. Why I couldn't do something, then I would have told you this list of excuses or list of stories that I couldn't do this because this, because this, because this. Now, okay, over is over. What next? This is my question would be on my tongue. So that's the most important change I've gone through in this journey. Yeah.
Same thing with me. When I started my journey, I was also like person who always keep looking my past. It was so painful how I'm going to live my life like this. And I always used to criticize a lot about my life, that how life is going to change. It's going to be like this only. But once I discovered my personality, that what was wrong with me, my state was the problem. I didn't recognize before that. But once I recognized, I understood that I was very emotional person. And my emotional used to control me a lot. It was not allowing me to do anything in my life because I felt like I'm hopeless. I cannot do much things. So that was a very strong emotion was stopping me. But today, once I discover that my emotions are my power, why should I use to back me up instead of I use for to move ahead in my life? So I know I am very emotional person, but now I use my emotions to move forward, to help people, to transform other life. Because once I understood that my power of emotions, I discovered that now I can move my emotions towards of success, what I want, instead of stopping me or blocking my success. So that is what helped me also, like not to look my past, but now what coming forward, what to have, because we cannot change past, right? It is reality. It's not something like we can change. The past is not changeable, but you can learn from past. What is learning from it and how you can apply in your future for that learning. So it should not happen again in your life. So whatever the hard moment you had in your life, just think about it should never come in future. That is what my end quote, that whatever happened in my past, I will never face in future. That kind of life I want to create for myself and other people. That is the breakthrough for me, learning from past. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. I would like to share one more thing when Sachin was sharing about the emotions aspect of it. So from my childhood, I was driven, one of my baselines is ambition. So I was driven towards the ambitions and I was always suppressing my emotions. When I was doing that, I was not even knowing that I was suppressing my emotions and I was not even knowing what was happening, because of which there were other repercussions. So in this journey, I never used to express my emotions to anybody for that matter, in which so many opportunities which would have been there by expressing the emotions did not happen. Let it be love, let it be anger, let it be any kind of emotion. I realized that I did not propose or did not even say what my emotion says for the people, thinking that what would they think and is it necessary to express my emotions at that moment. I used to think what is necessary to express that emotion in that moment. But it is so important to express the emotions and feelings that it is life. Now, after going through this journey, I realized what was the code which was having with me, because of which I was holding the emotions. Now, I don't think that block is there anymore. All these things, I never realized so subtly they were there in me, which was so small things, but it could impact the life in a very bigger aspect. So that's one more I could share. When see, I don't know what it was, but it was a subtle transformation what I had in my journey. That's so powerful of the system. Thank you. So who else?
Great sharing.
When people are sharing it, I'm just opening my mind what was happening. I never expressed these kind of things, but now what was there and the transition, people who are going through, who are along with me on this journey could see my transition phase, what I'm doing, what I was before and what I am right now. So that's all I
Yeah,
could say
and
about
I
it.
have observed you from since been like we know that when I started with you working, like that also I was how I was and how you was. So we were knowing each other like from that what is the transformation we can see in ourselves, that we are more confident now. We don't let down anything in our life. Now we are ready to face anything in life, whatever challenges have come. So that's a great transformation, by the way, Vinay. And
Thank you.
really
Thank
glad to
you.
see you, by the way. Yeah, Sonali.
And I am the witness of this journey of both of you. You both guys are so well. Like I cannot even. I never expressed that much, but it is. It's not only me. It is saying that, but the whole community. I really appreciate the way you use. I still remember the day when those days when Sachin always used to complain about the things and this is not happening. This is not happening. So now these both guys are taking control of situations. Whatever is coming in our way, just welcoming it. Coming, we are ready to explore, and we are ready to move ahead. So that is the charm, and indirectly, unconsciously, you both are feeling. um, Pouring that energy in the whole the group. You are becoming the role model of so many coaches also, not only like people, common people, but so many coaches of also. So this is the biggest, for some people you both guys are breakthroughs.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Okay.
So, I am here, so witness. So whenever you want to tell yourself about yourself, just ask me. I am there to help.
So
Thank
we
you
have
so
a
much.
good evidence also, like we have a good evidence. So it's a strong equal for us now. Thank you so much, Sonali, for sharing. Amazing. We loved ourselves.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Who's going next? Anything you want to share?
Guys, please, Pradnya, you have not spoken on the call. I would like to talk to you. Are you there?
I
Pradnya?
think no, she's not there. I'm sharing the feedback form on the chat box. I want everyone to fill it so that we can improve upon the sessions, whatever we want to. And anything else, any questions, anything you want to share on this platform? See, this is a platform you can openly share whatever you want, any challenges you are facing in terms of the systems, anything, because this is a family where you can be vulnerable, you can express yourself, and when we express openly, then we have the that is itself the awareness we'll have. So from where we can start our journey from. So anything you want to ask, you can, and please fill in the feedback form which is sent in the chat box. Sachin, you have anything to share or ask?
No, exactly. Okay, so whatever you experience on this call today, what is your takeaway? I would like to ask everyone what you felt on this call, like hearing Portia, Nita, Rochelle, everyone share their journey. So what was your learning from this call? So we can able to help you more and more, like doing this kind of session of listening to breakthroughs of people, so how this will help you in your life. We would like to hear from each of one of you that what this helped you, why we are doing this activity, and what you taking away from this session. So that is the purpose of this call, that what you are learning. So would like to share that what you learned from today.
Who would
Yeah,
like to go
may I?
first?
Yeah, may I, Sachin?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
yes.
Yeah. For me, it was like getting my things back on track. Yeah, it's been a long time, and it was very heartening and very nice to be in the group, and it gives you a lot of confidence. Like I don't remember, I think it was Rochelle who said that individually we have acquired a lot of knowledge, but it's how do we use it for the good of the community? That's the challenge, and that's what we all work for. I think I find that very powerful, and probably with this new start off, I think I'll be launching myself into activity so far as coaching is concerned. Yeah,
Thank you
that's my
so much.
takeaway from
Let's
today's
give a
meeting.
good round of applause for
Amazing,
Zubay.
amazing, Zubin. We're looking forward to you.
Yeah.
Activity.
Thank you, Sachin. Thank you. Yeah.
this platform is a family. Every time you come, you have space for you. You have community to share. See, I'll tell you something. Uh, I never openly shared about these emotions and feelings. Now, when Sachin was sharing that, it just opened up for me, and I could realize that I never shared this openly, but I know that because it was a very subtlest form. When I shared it, it was so open that it helps others also to go through this journey. It opens up others' possibilities as well. So that's the power of the community and the mastermind while you share the stories.
When you share, you release,
Yeah.
and you help other people also release.
Yes. That's what happened with me now.
Yeah,
When
when
Sachin
you
was
heard
sharing it,
Sachin, you
yes,
realized, yes, I have also gone through that. So when you said it, you released it. So
yes,
the more
yes,
you release, the more other people are benefited from that.
Yeah.
yes,
And what I learned from this that when you share, even I feel like we all are connected to each other. Not physically, we think that we are far, but when we share now, we feel that someone is taking away from me what you learn. And when like listening to Portia, like what her story like, is so inspirational, so powerful lady. Like when you her listen to like we feel like our problems are nothing in front of her. Like she has gone through so much of pain and she come out of that. That is an inspiration for us to move ahead in life, that nothing can stop her whenever we face other problems. Like what a strong lady. That's a really inspiring story for me to listen. Portia, it's a really excellent. Yeah, Rochelle.
I think what's great is that once we, whenever we go on a mastermind, what I think is really important is that we recognize the power of connection. I totally believe that isolation kills success. And one of the things I'm thinking of, maybe Zubin, when he's been, sort of in and out of the community, I think that when I'm isolated, the chances of me moving forward is not in my favor, because when I'm isolated, every imaginable encode could come back with like steroids. But when we are in community, this is where we support each other. And it's the idea of 1 + 1 is 11, not 2 and not 3, because with a powerful community, they can pull you into an arena that you can't get to on your own. So what I find is very powerful in any mastermind that I've attended is the connection, and to see what we can do so that we can feel connected to one another. And I find it even beyond a miracle, because here I am sitting in New York, and how is it possible to feel connected to the most extraordinary lady in South Africa? And how is it possible to connect with people in India? Like, how is it possible? So I just think the power of that is unbelievable. So these masterminds create connection, and the connection, I believe, is what can move me forward. And in isolation, I just say it over and over again, and I tell it to a lot of my clients, isolation kills success. And the point is, you've got to be in a community that understands you. So if you do not have in your day-to-day life a community that is committed to personal development, they'll make fun of you. They'll say that you're exaggerating, Rochelle, you're too sensitive, you're too this. I mean, they will really bring you down. But when you are in a community of like-minded people that are only focusing on personal development and achievement and enhancement and how to make a greater difference to all, that will allow me to do the same. So one community like the community that's not in personal development can literally bring me down, almost like destroy me, like, make fun of me. But this community builds me up, allows me to move forward with strength on steroids. So that's why I think that if we are all struggling, the best way to get out of struggle is not to get on an antidepressant, not to get medicated, not to have an alcoholic glass of wine, but to get on a mastermind group as fast as you can type in an ID and a passcode. That's just my suggestion. If you can type an ID and a passcode, the chances of you getting out of whatever, disgusting mood that you were in can change in a heartbeat. So that's my suggestion and my insight from today.
Thank you so much, Raquel. It
Lovely.
was
Yeah.
It's a really very
and it
valuable.
was so
Yeah.
important.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
you shared so much in one single point. Thank you so much for takeaway and the
The
yeah.
isolation's a biggie because, and here's the other thing: we're going through COVID, no less. So not only are we isolated based in our environments or home, we're isolated worldwide because of a goddamn pandemic. Like, I haven't left my house since November. I mean, I walk around my block 4 times a day because I have dogs to feed. I mean, and walk, but I haven't really been in community since November. So for me, this is even more important. We've got
That's wonderful.
craziness going on worldwide because now, so now with that, it only adds aggravation. So instead of deleting our aggravation, it's enhancing it. So where can we go to recharge? Here's I want to leave us with one other funny thought. How many of us every single day we recharge our phone? Now, when you look in our phone and we see that our battery is low, I don't know about you, but I get hysterical. Oh my God, my battery is low. Oh my God, where's my charger? Oh my God, I better tie in. What happens if my phone, dies? What goes on? If I don't have my battery, oh my God, where's my charger? I've got to plug in my phone. Imagine if we had the same regard for ourselves. My energy isn't 100%. How do I replug? Where is the next mastermind call? What is the ID and what's the passcode? And how can I recharge myself? And I think it's a very it's like a funny way of looking at it, but it's true. The nerve of me to have more respect for my phone than I do for myself. Like, what kind of insanity is that? Who can relate with a show of hands? Who can relate to what I'm talking about? You tell me one person on this call that does not get hysterical that their phone is low on battery. When I look at my phone, I don't even wait till it's 10 or 12%. If my phone is like 25% in battery, I get hysterical. Oh my God, where's my outlet? And how do I recharge my phone? So where do I have more respect for my mobile device than myself? What kind of craziness? It just dawned on me right now as I'm speaking to this wonderful group of people. Like, it's insanity.
That's so powerful for sharing, and it was so humorous that everybody on this call were high on laughing, and
I mean, am I right? Am I right? I just think every single one of us, when our phone is like low in battery, we get hysterical.
Yeah,
that was a really amazing sharing from you. Like, we need to realize to charge ourselves also. Like, we focus on our mobile, but why we don't charge ourselves, right?
I should have more respect for an iPhone than myself. It's crazy. And this is the way I'm leading my life. It's crazy. So that was just my insight that I just got right this minute. And it's funny. It's going to make me laugh the whole day. And when I look at my phone later on, and when I plug in my phone later on, I'm going to say, what the heck did you do for yourself today, Rochelle? How can you have more respect for your phone than for yourself? It's a really comical metaphor, but it has a little bit of truth to it.
That's so powerful, and that was really needed. Yeah. What's your takeaway? Thank you so much, Rochelle, for sharing your takeaway. Thank you.
Yeah, my takeaway, new takeaway. I'm going to remember Rochelle every time I charge my phone. So true, so true.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Anita, for sharing your takeaway. Sonali, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, so my takeaway is I got new perspective with the eyes of Rochelle today. And that's why I was laughing, because I got the new specs and I became so happy. Oh my God, these specs I had to wear every time. Like, I always wear my smile. So from today, I will always wear these new specs given by you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sonali, for sharing your takeaway. Tejasvi, what's your takeaway for today?
Actually, I am feeling very much powerful now after coming in the mastermind. I was, frankly speaking, my age is now 28. I will complete my 29, and I was like, oh, I'm so old, and I have to start my career again. I was thinking on that only for last 1 year. And now, after listening all of you, everyone have some story. We have to just come out of it and we have to go forward. And the Roshul said that we are killing ourselves into being in isolation. That is true for me. When we are like, I'm wife and I'm a mother, and we have to do all these things, and we are in that zone only. I was actually in that zone, but now I will remember that. And the phone thing always remember me to Roshul. Every time I will charge my phone, I will remember her.
Thank you
Yes, what
so
you
much.
what like I
Yeah, and
wanted to just
I've also wanted to share, like we always think I have so much of bad thing going on in my life, but when I listened today to Portia, like I found that so much courage she have to do this. It's not easy to start and to move forward. It's really wonderful.
That's amazing. So even
Thank you
I would
so
like to
much,
share,
Tejasvi.
Tejasvi here that when you thought about the age, so for me also like it was the same situation for starting my new career. Like age of 35, I was confused with my life that what I'm going to do, and I also like think like I'm getting older, like very much. But that was a thought. Age is not age is just a number. Now I realize is age doesn't matter. When you want to be successful, you can do anytime at any age. There is no perspective of age. Age just is a number. But now what I realized that when I started my journey as a coach, I was at 35 years age, completely broken, not having any job, not knowing what to go with my life. But now today in 1 year only I have achieved that kind of success, which I never heard in 35 years. So I just realized that age, don't go with the age. Age is just a number. Just realize that there is a power inside of you. There is a lots of potential inside of us. We just need to enclose that. We just need to bring the awareness that we are more powerful than what we think. Our vision is more powerful than what we see. It can be more possible. Just don't put a limitation on ourselves. We can do anything, whatever we want. Even moving a mountain is easy for us, but if we believe it, we think we can move a mountain. That is a possibility. Okay, that's great.
Thank you so much, Tejasvi, for sharing your journey. Poshal, you were raising your hand before.
Yeah, I was going to say something else. When we have these crazy end codes that we're too young, we're too old, we're too tall, we're too short, we're too. Again, that's where isolation kills success, because when you have those conversations in a group like this, you get rid of it. The first thing that comes up is like, I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be very New York. If somebody was to tell me you're too young, you're too old, you're too tall, I would say bullshit. Very quickly, like, forget it. It's crazy. Get rid of it. It's over. It's history. Now let's move forward. Those kind of thoughts really fester and grow in isolation. And in community, it's deleted and it's gotten rid of, and it's replaced by let's get some, let's make some action happen. Let's kick something in gear. Those crazy end codes literally have the power to overrun us if we're in isolation. And when we're in a positive community, it has the opportunity to be diluted. And not only diluted, with the more that we participate, they don't become diluted, they become eradicated. Because when you're looking on this, let's just look at this, people that here, there's every age, different age groups, different, we've got men and women here. So you can't say that only women that can become successful. You can't say only men can come, because we've got men and women. We've got different people from different countries. You can't say I live in a small town, whatever, and therefore I can't be successful. We've got people here from small towns, from no towns, from big towns, it's just on this small thing over here. So what I'm suggesting is, when we have this crazy end code that's dictating us, it's an excuse. When we look at this, just look at who's on the screen right now. You can just say it's baloney. It's crazy. It's not like I'm too tall, I'm too short, it's crazy, because if we look right here, it will invalidate it in a heartbeat. Because right now we have younger people, older people, people from bigger cities, people from smaller cities. It eradicates it in 1 second. It just tells us that we're telling each other lies. And and then I want to say, do I want to listen to my inner liar, or do I want to listen to an outer truth? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm speaking to myself right now. What do I want to give attention to my inner liar or to my outer truth? Big choice.
That's so powerful, sharing, Roshal. Pusha, what's your takeaway for today? You're muted, Portia.
Unmute yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I really first would like to thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you have said to me. Like sometimes, you go through life and you feel like isolated a bit and all that. So I really feel recharged and so grateful to hear that I am this strong woman. Sometimes you know it, but when other people tell you, and it gives you more courage to continue, the journey. And I really got clarity because I wanted to create a pamphlet to advertise what I'm doing, because I am mostly passionate about people who have went through pain. It can be anything, but it's an emotion that really put you down, because I know what it's like to be there in a destructive state because of the pain that you are going through. So when I was listening to you, Vinay and Sachin, I was able to come up with a message that I can send out there when you talk about unexpressed emotion and being having stability in your emotions and being okay with yourself and being vulnerable with yourself so that you can receive the help that you need. So I really appreciate being on this call today. At first, I am this quiet person. Most of the time I don't talk, but then I just feel free to be me when I am here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Portia, for joining this group and sharing your story. It was so powerful. It impacted the people who are on this call, and it would impact millions of people going further. And we are here to support you, whatever it takes. Me and Sachin would be there. I'm sharing my number here. Sachin has shared his number. You can connect with us and we can take it forward, how we can do it, what we are doing, and we can share our journey so that you can take it forward. Thank you so much for sharing your story as well. Who else? Who is there? Who has to share the takeaway?
Anita, you can go next.
Yeah, Anita.
Yeah. Yeah. Today, few taglines I'm taking. These are my takeaway. Like, isolation kills success. All these years, I was living in isolation. So I was killing myself with a lot of bottled up emotions. And as said, like vulnerability makes you powerful. I was not making myself powerful. I was going into a lot of guilt. So now, like these things which like recharging yourself and all those things, expressing emotions and age is not number. And to come out of this, awareness is required. So these are my takeaway. Like awareness is like most important part. This will be there in life. This will be there, but how to come out of it and be in this group and reach out to people and take help. So thanks a lot. I really lot of takeaway with the session.
Thank you so much. Again, I would like to just put it in one single point. We think that the smallest things in life doesn't matter at all, but the small things pile up so much in you that it will be a hindrance in your life itself. I mean, the emotions, what I've said, if that could be freely expressed, the whole world around you changes. That's so powerful. Thank you, Anita, for sharing your takeaways. Anybody left? Pradnya, are you there? Pradnya, are you there? Okay, might be she may not be there. So, yeah. Were you there in the call?
Actually, I was there.
Of the call.
No, actually, I was there, but I was outside, so I put off my camera, but I was listening to all the things. Like Portia also shared, and Roselle ma'am also shared many things. So I got to learn many things today. So the thing is, what my takeaway is, whatever the situation is in your life, you have to think on the solution. Just don't keep yourself in that phase only. And if I think that if they can do, anyone in the world can do it, and even I can do it. So that's the confidence I got today.
That's so powerful. That's so powerful. Thank you so much. So did everyone fill up the feedback form?
Rochelle, you want to? Yeah, Rochelle, unmute yourself.
I have a question. Is this group meeting every week at this time?
Yeah,
yes, every Saturday, Indian Standard Time, 5 to 6. same platform.
You should know how much I adore you because it's only 6:30 in the morning here. So for me to get up and do it at 6:30 in the morning is like what I would consider mamma mia. It's 6:30. When you started, it was 6:30 in the morning. So I had to get up at 5:30 to walk my dogs to be able to be ready for 6:30.
Wow.
It
That's
was
so
really very
powerful.
pleasure to have you on
That-
this call, Rochelle. It was really very
It's
Yeah, and for-
6:30 a.m. here. So I'm like, holy camole. So I just wanted
Yeah.
to say, like, that's why I was asking. I don't know if this was a one-time call or if this is a continuation call. So that's why I was asking.
This call happens every Saturday. This call is mainly for the Incredible You Mastermind, and we'll be sharing the journeys, challenges. We'll support each other. Anything is needed, you can share here, and we will take it forward.
So we are helping Incredible You clients also, like who are going through IY journey. So we have a mastermind as well, coaches for all the different, but this is for the Incredible You clients and coaches. All coaches are welcome. Yeah, so we can also help each other learning, each other
All right.
experiences. So that is what the purpose is of this mastermind is all about, helping
Yeah.
all the people, all the communities who are going through the struggle of their life. So thank you so
Yeah.
much, Rachel. It was really very valuable today, sharing your input and the way you explain everything was so very crystal clear. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And thank you for getting up early, Rochelle. Yeah, it was more than worth for all of us to be here, though it's evening here. But request you to just continue getting up early so that we have your energy and your very, very pointed and very down to earth inputs in the group. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
With
So see you
pleasure.
again next week, same time, same platform, same space.
Bye.
Come back, do your activities. Please do your activities. Please do your assignments. Please finish your activities on time, morning and evening. That, as you are seeing through this journey, if you go through the system, that will give you results. That's all I have to say.
And
See you.
stick to the
Bye-bye.
system.
Yeah, Sachin, you have something to say?
Yeah. And keep stick to the system. Even you have completed your journey, don't think that you already know everything. Don't keep that kind of mindset. Keep going through the system again, the way Rochelle told. It's about life. It's not about only learning, getting the knowledge. Knowledge you already know that is a time when we encode, encode, decode, but you need to again redo the same activity again, because every time you do it, something new comes up. So don't think that you already know everything. Applying is more important than knowing everything. Okay. Yeah. So that was a great. So yeah, Rochelle, you want to add something?
I just have a question, because I'm a little further in a lot of this. If I'm going to have questions with like discovery and client, and is that possible to speak about this in this group or in another group?
Let's talk that. We'll connect it
Offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have texted my number and Sachin's number. We'll get connected and we'll discuss about those things.
I would
All right.
appreciate it. That would be very helpful to me.
I think you are in the group, then we'll get connected.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank
See
you.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Happy weekend.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Awesome, powerful session.
And Portia, your smile is really very nice. Keep smiling.
Yeah. And come back to this sessions and we'll discuss. We'll get connected after this call as well. Yeah.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.